What? I'm doing a video that isn't subscription box or challenge related? I feel like it's been a while. Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. Two things before I dive into whatever I decide I'm rambling about today. First, this video is directly inspired by a tutorial on easy watercolor bookmarks Art a la carte put out a few days ago. I'll be linking to her video and tagging her when I put this out on social media like she suggested, so it'll be really cool if she comes over here and leaves a comment. Everyone go give her channel some love too. I wouldn't say I learned from this video that inspired this because I already knew the techniques that go into it, and you've seen me do it many times, but it reminded me that I have been wanting to make some fun bookmark designs for a while, and in the past I have learned from her channel, so there's that. I gotta say though, Art a la carte, I'm jealous of your perfectly clear white edges when you pull the tape away. I'm gonna be doing a set of 3 all at once in this video, and even though I'm writing this part of the voiceover before I've even started, I'm gonna bet right now at least one of them will have a rogue line of color in at least one corner. I have no luck with the places where the tape overlaps. Second, if any of you watching this video are regulars on the channel who also tune into the book content, I'm very sorry that there was no book video on Monday. I made a community tab post about it and I got one comment, so I know at least one of you saw it, but I personally don't see half of the community tab stuff from channels I follow unless I go looking for it. So if you're expecting a video from me and it doesn't show up, check the community tab. I do like to keep you guys in the loop. What happened is that I wanted to record a video for my top 20 reads of 2020, which is a 2-part list I did split between my personal blog and the group blog I contribute to. I'll link both posts if you're interested. Well, I did all my usual housekeeping stuff at the beginning of the video, and then I talked for a minimum of 2 to 3 minutes on each of those 20 books. Some of them involved a lot of deciding I didn't like what I said and restarting the whole book talk, and you see where this is going. I had a lot of footage to edit. I spent most of Monday trying to edit it, but by the time I got through about 40 minutes of footage, my editing software kept crashing. I don't know if it's the editor or the computer itself, but it couldn't handle it. When I do these art videos, it's usually separately recorded audio. I edit the audio and then I slap the video footage in, mute it, and speed it up to fit. The only concern I have with a large amount of footage is hitting that point where I've sped it up so much that it's hard to watch. With the book content, I'm cutting and splicing footage with its own audio. It exports faster than voiceover videos for some reason, but it's really hard on the software and my laptop's RAM while I'm editing it, and on Monday it just wasn't happening. The software kept crashing. I had my tiny little Chromebook out beside me so I could work on the blog and let the main laptop rest and figure itself out, which I hate doing because Chromebooks are made for browsing the internet, not moving MediaKit image files around. By the time I needed to start thinking about cooking supper, I still didn't have a video ready to be exported, and I still hadn't finished reading the book I had to review on the blog for Tuesday. So I threw in the towel and I made a post on the community tab. So next Monday there will be a book video, and I will mention the top 20 reads of 2020 list, but I'm literally just going to redo the list, point at the blog posts, and move on to whatever else I'm talking about next week. If you guys want a dedicated video for any of those books in the new year, request them and I'll make them. It may also be time to pre-clip the raw footage before importing it on those longer book videos, like I used to do for all of my art videos back when I was using free editing software that couldn't handle anything. Alright, we're on page 2 of my voiceover script, which means we're probably about 3 to 4 minutes in, and I haven't actually talked about what I'm doing in today's video yet, other than to say what inspired this video. Since I'm feeling real meta today, let me say I'm going to go do today's video, and then I'll be back to finish the script. And through the magic of editing, Jenna from several hours later is back. My prediction was correct. All 3 bookmarks do have some bleed under the tape. I noticed last time I worked in a sketchbook that washi tape performed a lot better than my usual painter's tape, so I decided to double up and put down washi tape first, then use the wider, stronger painter's tape to really stretch and secure it all down. Unfortunately, I'm impatient and use the hairdryer to speed things along between layers, and heat weakens the tape adhesive, so some of the paint did get under. Not as bad as I was expecting though. Sometimes when I do these super wet technique paintings, I may as well have not bothered with the tape at all. I'm using B Paper Company 100% rag cotton watercolor paper. This is 140 pounds or 300 GSM. cold press, and it's sold in packs of 50 pre-cut 6x9 inch sheets. I started taking watercolors seriously about the time I started this channel back in May of 2018, and I'm only just barely into my second pack of this paper. I work in sketchbooks sometimes on other papers, or I work in other mediums and don't need watercolor paper at all, so the loose sheets of really good paper end up lasting me a long time. I swear by this paper though, it's so nice. I cut one sheet into 3 equal strips, so the bookmarks I'm making are 3x6, which is a little wide for a standard bookmark, but that's okay. I may trim the white borders off the middle one. I ended up setting out all of my half-pan watercolor palettes and just using whichever colors called to me, so this is a mix of many brands. The darkest green in the bookmark on the left is my one and only Sennelier. The Payne's Gray I used to darken the edges and paint silhouettes is from my Daler & Rowney Aquafine palette, and the deepest reds used in the middle and right bookmarks are Van Gogh. Everything else was a mixed sampling from my Winsor Newton Cotman, Daler & Rowney Aquafine, and my old 2004 special run set of Thomas Kinkade watercolors. The brushes used were a number 6 round from Winsor Newton Cotman, a number 1 script brush from Princeton Neptune, a 1/4 inch flat brush from Dynasty Black and Gold, and some random cheap wash brush that's apparently labeled number 8. That's the big flat brush I used to wet the paper before it was starting. When I decided I wanted a golden sun on the bookmark on the right, I traced a circle guide using my circle tool and a yellow cold erase pencil, then made it gold with a yellow gold Gansai Tambi pen from my Kuretake Starry Colors palette. Making quick, simple paintings like this can be so fun and relaxing, and honestly, I've kind of forgotten about doing that lately. I started book content and really getting serious about the blog back in May, and I love it, but reading more in order to produce that content takes a lot more time, obviously, and I got a little overconfident in exactly how much I could read in a given time frame, and agreed to way too many review stops on blog tours for the fall and now coming into winter, so I'm afraid I've been doing just the bare minimum for the channel in terms of art content, and I haven't been taking the time to just have fun with it. It's been a couple of months since I've tuned in to one of the Lockery Fine Art Wednesday night live streams, which I never used to miss. I have no idea when I last drew something that didn't go into a video. Every art video I've made here on the channel in the last couple of months that wasn't something to do with an art box, a limited color palette challenge like Colors of the Month, or my monthly Art Addict Science contribution has been a Pokemon mashup, because I don't have to come up with an idea from scratch and I don't have to script a voiceover. I can just zone out and listen to an audiobook or catch up on what the channels I follow on YouTube are up to. I haven't done anything that challenges me in a long time. I haven't done a realistic colored pencil portrait that takes 2 to 3 days since I was making Christmas gifts for my family last December. So, you know what? I think this means I need to set a new rule for myself going into 2021. On average, I make 8 art videos a month. 1 will be the Colors of the Month challenge, 1 will be the Art Addicts Alliance video, and you know there's going to be at least 1 no box art box video, but that leaves 5 or more videos that could be anything else. New rule for Jenna of 2021, at least 2 of those videos have to be just making art for the sake of art, or making art for completing book illustration projects, because I do have children's books planned and they need illustrations. Next year, at least twice a month, I have to make art videos that are book illustrations or completely spontaneous, not part of a challenge. I also really want to challenge myself to do a collaboration roughly once a month, aside from the Art Addicts Alliance group upload, and although I absolutely intend for some of that to be with people I've collabed with before and already enjoy working with, I really want to collab with new people. That means I'm gonna have to push myself to get back into the community aspect of art on YouTube, beyond my little Art Addicts Alliance bubble. So I guess that's an open call for anybody watching this. If you make art or even crafting content here on YouTube and you want to collaborate in the new year, let me know. I'm easy to contact. Stalk me on socials, find me on Discord on the Art Addicts Alliance server, or grab my email from the blog. Once again, I'd like to remind everyone that I will be taking a 2-week break over Christmas and New Year's. Monday, December 21st, next Monday, will be the last book video of 2020, and Wednesday the 23rd will be my last art video of the year. Art videos will return on Friday, January 8th, and book videos will return on Monday, January 11th. If you're looking for more to watch, I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen now. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!